Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, we are going to be talking about the best way to grow a group on Facebook. Actually, no, we're not. Someone posed a question that my man Jim Chester over at Cairo Hustle, check him out. He's got a ton of podcasts. But he asked this question: what's the best way to grow a group on Facebook? And let's take a look at my response because, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with Facebook groups. Let's just work through it here. So if anyone's hating on me already, don't hate on me just yet. So let's look at this little interaction that went through, because I said, better question is, why would you want to build a Facebook property where they censor you and charge you to reach your entire audience versus building your own property? So here's the deal. If you're going to put the time and energy and money into growing something, why would you want to do it on Facebook? I'm a chiropractor. I'm a marketer. I'm in two niches. One is the health niche, which is highly censored when it's in the alternative space, right? Which chiropractic they consider alternative, even though I think it's mainstream. It's my number one source. But they censor that. So now when you put certain words in there, the number of reach goes like this, right? It's only going to be a few people that see those types of things. So why would I want to spend my money on something that's going to get censored, right? The other side of that is when Facebook started, it started as this thing. I'm trying to think from the social network what Zuckerberg's actor in that said is, we don't know what it is yet. Right now it's just cool. And that's what it was at one point. It turned into a business. It always does, and I'm cool with that too. It's a really profitable business because everyone provides content for Zuckerberg. Isn't that amazing? Content's one of the hardest things to create. Everyone's creating it for him, and he says, all I got to do is show people ads then, and I'm actually a big ad platform. So in order to reach people now at the beginning, even with pages and groups, because Facebook wants to do their new thing. It's like, all right, I'm going to start a page for my business. And you go on there and you start getting likes and people see your stuff. Let's say you have 1,000 people that like it and hundreds of people would see your stuff and interact with it, right? What happens? Then they change that and they say, okay, here's your page. I like to draw too. And you posted something. Out of those 1,000, now we're going to show it to about 10, right? And I'm not kidding, the reach is horrendous when it comes to organic reach. If you want to show it to those other 990, that's cool, it's really easy. Just run this ad, and for, let's say for $4, you can reach up to 800 people, something like that. So they made it really cheap too, but this is something you already put energy into building. Now you got to pay to reach those people. Then what happens is, and that went on, everyone kind of got used to that. All right, yeah, I got to run ads to reach my audience. And so now they come out with a new thing where you can do groups. And everyone came along and said, hey, it's really great, especially as a local business, which I'm talking to a lot of chiropractors here, create this group and create value for people, put this stuff into it, get them, and then they end up becoming your patients. But the same thing happens. At the beginning, groups were fantastic because you got good reach. Then what do? Yep, they go back to squeezing you down. And if you want to reach your group, then you got to pay to get to that group. Again, not a big deal, but if you're paying, why would you want to build it on someone else's platform when they're going to change the rules on you? They do. Just look at YouTube as well. The creators, they've been changing the rules for them all along, making it harder, making it so fewer things can get on there. In the prepping world, you know, anything with a gun, even though maybe it's a gun training or anything else, it kind of gets that censor type of thing, right? So you have to watch out of where you build your properties. If you're going to do it, I suggest you do it on your own property, and that's on your own website. Now, people get really confused with this. It is not rocket science. So let's take a look at this. The solution for me, again, with all of my marketing and all of my stuff, for me, I want to create value for people, which turns into creating relationships with people, and people end up buying from me. I've seen people post about how great they are at sales and everything else. I don't have to be great at sales. I'm great at value and I'm great at relationships like this. Hopefully I'm creating value for someone that was about ready to, or maybe struggling with their group or something else, and like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do it this way. And I'm asking for nothing in return. I create the value and I'm a done for you type of person. So create the same value that you already would, and then just put it on your website. So I got a whole bunch of pages open over here. All right, so this is one on one of my internet marketing pages. And this is number one mistake ClickFunnels users make, right? And it doesn't mean that I'm not ever selling, right? I'm always putting my own plugs in there somewhere. So on this, if they were to see it on Facebook, if they were to see it on YouTube, if it's from my paid traffic that drives them to this page, anything else, they're going to go through and I'm going to explain to them the number one mistake that ClickFunnels users make. And I'm really transparent with it. I tell them exactly what it is. I do offer them something for free that will help them out, right? And that's the thing. I have this property, I drive my users to it, I create value with it. With that, it creates a relationship because I was transparent and I gave them something. Now they're more willing to become part of my tribe. They come over here, they get my headlines, and then I email them more value, more relationships. When I do have something to sell, if a guy, girl, I can tell you too, when you're understanding your market, I have a whole lot more guys on my email list than I do girls. I don't know what that is, probably just the way I talk, the way I am, whatever the case may be. But a lot of those then will see that and they're like, gosh, this, all he ever does is create value for me. I'm going to take a look at whatever it is that he's offering, whether it's an affiliate product, maybe it's one of my own that I do once in a while, whatever it is on there. So create the stuff on your own property. So that's one. And again, create the value. Oh, here's the headline. So even on this, they're able to come down and click on this. And I think I already have this open. And yeah, they can get these headlines because when you're crafting your message, it's pretty tough. So here's 100 greatest headlines ever written. They're able to get that and get onto my email list. Another piece of content, they can look at my affiliate campaigns. People get really confused and frustrated with their ad campaigns. So I just record mine start to finish and I let them look at those. And what do? This is for Facebook. If they want to see all of mine, they go over to another page and they're able to get those. Let me see if I got that one. Okay, so these are just all value ones, setting up HostGator domain and hosting. Okay, so here if someone wants to spy on all my ad affiliate campaigns, they just go there. This is the downloads, what it is. Okay. So instead of driving to groups, drive them to your own piece of content. From there, you offer them something to get onto your list so that you can communicate with them as much as you want. Now you only paid for it on this front side, right? You paid for it once. You don't have to pay Facebook every time you want to show them a new post. Now you just email them, right? Would you rather pay for it one time or would you rather pay for it every time you create a piece of value content for your group, right? Here's where people get hung up is the whole membership thing. They're really worried about like protecting this content. I need to get this. You can have every single piece of your content 100% transparent on a blog roll. And you can still do this, okay? You don't have to worry about trying to hide it in a members area or anything else. Because people, unless it's just all in a blog roll altogether, they won't see it. This piece of content is not in my blog roll. So it's a behind the scenes. So it's just a public post, right? All of these are. Here's something you can do. This is in the post. You can come over in a lot of these and you can, okay, right there it's public. You can make it private just to the admins. That's not going to help you. You can password protect it. And then you can tell those people. Or let's see, what's another one? Here's another way to password protect it that you can do it. I don't know how to do these. I have a full-time crew that does all my tech work, but it's really not rocket science. So here's what I would tell you to do. Create 2 pieces of content right now, Instead of doing a Facebook group, create 2 pieces of content. 1 is going to be the first one, right? 2 is going to be the second one. And start promoting number 1, right? And each week, maybe you can do it more. Each week, the key is consistency. Here's the reason people will fail with this is number 1, they just flat out don't do it, right? We all know those people fail. That's why I come in, because I'm a done for you. And number 2 is they don't do it long enough. Might do it for a month, life gets in the way. All of a sudden you look back 6 months and you're like, why am I not doing that anymore? Because you just didn't keep doing it. So create 2 pieces. 1 is going to be the piece of value content, right, that you're going to promote on the front. And 2 is going to be the thing that you're going to make them opt in for, that you're going to trade them for, right? And that's it. And then each week, create a new piece of content, email it to your list, and you can also then put it into the front and start driving ads to your second piece of content. If your first one's still converting, keep running that one and run this one. It's an ongoing, you could have multiple pieces of content that you're driving people to, and it's not in your Facebook group, right? It's all coming to your own property. Whole bunch of different reasons here too. What else we got? Now you have your own pixel that you can get on there, not just Facebook, you've got Google and a whole bunch of great things. Like I said, you can just retarget people that have been on your site, let's say for 15 seconds, right? Some people, that's a big retargeting mistake. Justin Brook shared this one with me, is they'll retarget people that visited their site. But if someone visits your site and they bounce right away and they go away, they're not interested or whatever, they clicked it on accident. I don't want to retarget those people. If this video is, I don't know how long it is, I'm going to find out. All right, it's 4 minutes long. So if this video is 4 minutes long and someone invested even 1 minute, they watched 25% of this with me, then that's someone I would really probably want to retarget and show them again. And I'd want to retarget them if they did not. This turned into a longer than groups, but this is important stuff. I would retarget them if they came here, spent at least a minute, but did not come down and end up on this page, right? Because now they're on my email list, so I'm going to treat them differently. Just a whole bunch of different things. But these are things you can't do with a Facebook group, and you can do it with your own property. So it's your own. Do you want to build someone else's property, someone else's apartment complexes, someone else's houses, or do you want to build your own? You're spending the same time of money and energy on building your business. Do it here, right? Cool. If you got any questions, drop them down here. I'd like to keep them all in one thread so that everyone can see it, and I'll answer them the best I can. All right, we'll see you in another video.